I have my handy dandy recipe notebook, so you already know what time it is. Let's get cooking. Welcome to my channel. This is Minnie Movie Mountains. My name is Minnie, and this is my series called Minnie Meals. Disclaimer, I am not a professional chef, nor am I a nutritionist. I'm just a girl in her muumuu who cooks every night for her husband, so I can teach you how to cook, change up your meals for the week, or just give you something positive to watch. There is no fancy lighting, I just use a craft light. There's no fancy editing, I do this in one cut. And there's no fancy makeup or filters, just me showing you the things that I'm passionate about, which is cooking and baking, my weight loss journey, and crafting. Today is Sunday, June 28th, 2026, meal number 120. Today, I'm making sweet shrimp and cilantro rice bowls with tropical fruit and charred corn salsa. So when I cook, I do turn around the camera because I assure you, there is nothing fancy going on here. I just want to focus on what you came here for, which is to learn how to cook. So let's move mountains together and let's get cooking. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. Now remember, I just cook for my husband and I, so if you have a family that's bigger than ours, you would double, triple, or quadruple the recipe. On today's episode, you're going to need shrimp that has been deveined, deshelled, and tails cut off. 3/4 cup of jasmine rice, grape tomatoes that have been sliced, pineapples that have been cut into chunks, mandarin oranges, corn. This is 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, limes cut into quarters, 1 tablespoon of fajita spice seasoning, shallots finely diced, and cilantro roughly chopped. To your stovetop, you're going to heat 2 large burners on medium heat. To a medium pot on medium heat, you're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Once your butter has melted, you're going to add your jasmine rice, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Now I'm going to save the fresh cilantro for when the rice is cooked, but you can go ahead and add some dried cilantro leaves if you have it. You're going to add about 1 tablespoon. Juice from half of a lime. And 1 1/4 cup of water. Mix well so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom and bring to a boil. Once your rice has come to a boil, you're going to mix it once more so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. Reduce your heat to low. Cover. My wait timer is for my stovetop. You're going to simmer the rice on low for 15 minutes. Time to marinate our shrimp. To a bowl, you're going to add your shrimp. You're going to season it with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper and 2 teaspoons of fajita spice blend. Add your honey. I am going to do this off camera so I can use an offset spatula. Garlic, minced garlic, shallots, and juice from half of a lime. Mix well and then set aside until ready to cook. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, so mix well and set aside until ready to cook. To a large pan on medium heat, you're going to heat up a drizzle of oil. This is olive. Add your marinated shrimp and your corn. Season with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Mix well. My blue timer is for my induction burner. You're going to cook the shrimp and the corn for 7 minutes. To make your tropical fruit salad, you're going to add your tomatoes, diced pineapple, mandarin oranges, cilantro, and juice from half of a lime. And season with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Mix well and then set aside until ready to serve. Once your rice has cooked, you're going to fluff it with a fork. And dinner is ready, time to plate. And that's it. You did it. You made a home-cooked meal. Good job. I'm going to turn around the camera so we can chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode. It is truly an honor and privilege to be able to cook with you guys. For this recipe, you'll be able to find it on my website, which is www.minniemeals.com. For my long-form content, you can find it on my YouTube channel, as well as Facebook at Minnie Salvant. Short form content can be found on my TikTok, Lemonade, or Instagram at Minnie Moving Mountains. And if you need me to sell you a car, you can find me at Minnie Moving Motors or Sunrise Volkswagen in Fort Pierce. Let's move mountains together, and what should I cook next? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.